Okay, 8:41, that takes care of the polling. So there's something called a plus delta that is a quick way of having an evaluation of an evening meeting that can lead on to the future. So plus is, what things happened tonight that you really liked? Do you feel good about? It's a plus for you emotionally in that. So I'll ask, what were the pluses for you tonight?
I admire your ability to organize.
Okay.
Definite.
Thank you.
And get over it all in the amount of time we had.
That's good too. I mean, it's hard
Yeah.
to do.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Hmm.
Not just
Mary
the
Beth?
meetings, the website and everything.
I was going to say, it's a good compilation.
Yeah, for me, the word curated, which is a new thing, this is really new stuff to me. The art of curation of new things that can shape, I think is I'm really excited about it.
And I think there's a lot of benefit that is on the meetup group,
Mhm.
and we can go back and reflect and find out more.
Yeah. And speaking of other media groups, I envision that in about a quarter, 3 months, 4 months after this kind of, we see where we are, we might do a Saturday Open Space Technology Invitational to the leaders of all the meetup groups that have a consciousness connection of one type or another. And there are about 20, I think, in Austin, that and other people, and just we have about 50 people in the room, see what bubbles up. So other pluses for tonight.
I think it's very interactive, and I like that, where people have been free to just speak out.
Mm-hmm. Increasingly, it'll be more that. Tonight, I tried to kind of minimize that just to get through all the stuff. But
Well, when I saw a 30-page PowerPoint, I thought, they're never going to get through that. So you did great.
thank you. But if you've done it in a boring way enough times, then you're not going to go there. In fact, there's a truism, that PowerPoints are sure death for good energy.
You had the
Yeah.
links and take it in and out. That was good.
Yeah, sure.
I like the way you integrated the meditation part to it.
Good. And next time we will do the meditation that I decided to not do. And there's also, because it puts you into such a deep space, that I wanted people to put a little bit more in their head, so to get through all the PowerPoint. Any other last pluses? Okay, any deltas? So delta then is things that you would suggest changing, delta being the symbol for change. What deltas would you suggest for another meeting of this type? Or of the things I talked about?
I was saying, maybe people could arrange the chairs so we could like, see each other.
I was just gonna suggest a circle.
Yeah,
Where you feel like
Person is it to be off.
Yeah, see, to answer that response, we had 37 people that signed up and 20 here. We could have done it with 20 people, but 37, we can't go in a circle, so that's the
that's the
problem.
reality of meetup. It's all, you always get about half,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and we should just assume half, or expect to have more and have a bigger venue. So you
Yeah,
Or
we're
we
gonna
could-
take out the back wall. No,
Or
I'm serious.
there's a kind of thing that people at one of my sordid history has been involving multi-level marketing groups where they put a few chairs out, and as more people come, oh, we have more people, we have to get more chairs out, more chairs out. So we could start with half of the people that sign up and put them in a circle, and then as people come, have them stacked up. Oh, come add your chair to the circle. And if it got in, we start putting in rows.
The thing about meetup, everybody all over town wants to come, and they put in an RSVP. And I have a really large group that I organize, and we have a rule of thumb: you never expect more than half.
Uh-huh.
You're lucky if you get half,
Uh-huh.
because people think optimistically and they don't come. And also, you should set your limit at double what your real capacity is, because the people on the wait list are usually too polite to show up. But there were 10 people maybe waiting who did not come because they're polite.
Well, actually, Bob adjusted it, so everybody did get the invitation.
Yeah, and this will be just.
Yeah,
But these are all good
sometimes if you're just
suggestions.
The last minute, people
Right.
have already made
It's
other
better
plans.
to have too many than not enough. That
Right.
people can stand in the hallway or go home. And in fact, we had a coffee shop where they wouldn't let us put more than 20 or whatever. So people who didn't get there in time couldn't stay. the restaurant made us kick them out. So it encourages promptness and.
Encourage people to get there in time, huh?
Yeah, you gotta kind of be mean when you have a lot of groups.
Okay.
We do have the flexibility with this space, so
Yeah.
we could do that if we don't have a PowerPoint kind of focus.
Yeah, yeah.
We could
Absolutely.
set about
These are all
18
good
or 20
suggestions.
In a big circle,
Yeah.
we've done that before.
Yeah.
And then if we ever need tables, if some of the groups need tables, we have a couple of conference tables in the front that we set up, and you can sit about 12 around the conference
Okay.
tables.
So any other deltas?
I
Gotcha.
feel that it's important to get some natural light fluorescent tubes.
Well, we were gonna shut the lights off, but we couldn't shut the lights off and videotape.
No, but you could
No.
change out
You
the
change out the lights themselves.
the entire, just get rid of fluorescence, period.
Oh, I see, okay.
Well,
Oh, it's,
you can buy natural light fluorescence.
oh,
Oh, yes.
At least for these,
Well, that
huh?
one's a
Yes.
different color,
Well, it
for
doesn't.
example.
Yeah, because
They
there's a
won't
glare, I
Are
can
they-
see a
Put in
big
new
glare
tubes.
right
are they
there.
very expensive? Do you know?
Yes, they are. But it saves so much wear and tear on the body and the psyche.
Right.
And the people who work in here should already have that. It's,
Okay. Another possibility is putting incandescent lights that
when you think
shine
of
upward.
expensive,
No,
it's what,
What are
three
they called,
times the
natural?
regular fluorescent. You just take out the old tubes and put in new tubes. So it's not in the scheme of things a great expense.
Yeah.
so somebody had their hand up also? Mm-hmm.
I like the idea of sitting in a circle. You can do a double circle or a double horseshoe. There's all kind of ways of like we're talking about, managing the seating in the room depending on who's coming and what y'all are presenting. And also, one of the things that we have found in our gatherings, we don't do meetup gatherings yet, we do gatherings, is what I find is a really important concern of mine is to meet people.
Yeah.
And so, again, that's part of being in a circle or a horseshoe shape. It's a little bit easier to see people's faces. But name tags or a 10-minute social gathering
Right.
before it starts, we used to do
Absolutely.
our little tiny workshops and stuff, is come 15 minutes early.
10
so
minute
that there's
mixer
time to
before.
meet people
Good
and talk
idea.
to people.
And so 6:30,
Yeah, actually, when we do the annex meetings, we do those at 6:30, and the presentation doesn't really begin till close to 7, but it gives people a chance to kind
Good.
of, get to know each other a little bit and settle in.
Yeah, we just found that's a huge concern in the consciousness community, is meeting other people who are interested in similar things. Even if people are very different, there's still this common thread. And so we have a social gathering once a month exactly for that. And we're finding people a lot of people have this concern to have social connection
Mhm.
with other people who are thinking this way, whether it's around healthy diet or telecourses like these trainings that you're giving us, like you're saying, a curator. I think this is one.
That is, in fact, one of the fundamental objectives we had as a small group of us as we were talking about this whole thing, and the other is to get younger people. So these are all things we'd like to do, and I just didn't know how to shoehorn all of that in tonight, because to get it kind of out there.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but yeah, I want to do a lot of these things you're suggesting. Any other deltas? Okay, then I would, I don't think we have time or inclination to huddle after adjournment. With potential practice partners, you can do that, but I would like to ask, is anybody of the people who are interested in having either the two books interested in hosting a book discussion group at your place where you live?
We can have one at my house.
Which one would you like to have be?
Well, let's see. I think the cafe one.
Okay.
It does not matter to me.
Okay,
Either one is
good.
fine. Really.
So may I mention your dream group that will be
The
meeting
dream
next
itself?
Sunday?
Oh, sure.
So Katja Walter, for many years, has done a free dream interpretation group at her house on the second Sunday of the month at 2 to 4, from 2 to 4. And I found it to be one of the most reliable production of major insights. It's really a good thing. So if you would like to be on her mailing list, let her know.
Let me say a little bit about that, okay? I studied for 5 years at the Carl Jung Institute in Zurich and I paid special attention to dream theory and dream work. I decided from my time there that the most important thing I did learn was about dreams, of all the variety of things that were shown. So that's what I decided to devote my attention to since 1990. And it's free. You don't have to plug in and plug out reliably every time. You can come when you're ready, and then skip a few times or whatever. It's not an attendance issue. But if you two decide to come, please write down your dream and bring about 6 or 7 copies at least, so that we can share the dream and see it as you wrote it down. That keeps us on track instead of deviating into somebody's story about what they thought the dream said, but they don't remember exactly, that sort of thing.
All right.
Yeah, I might mention there too that Katya's Dream Group is one of the events that is usually listed on another meetup. It's called Austin Astral Projectors, and that's Juice Pod came up with that one. But they do some other meetings, but Katya's group is one of them. So that's another way to become alerted of that each month.
All right. Good enough. All right. So thank you all very much. That's it. And if you look at the website, there's an appendix with more. Always more. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here.
Thank you.
Good.